welcome to the Podness with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Partners, a show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, on 1/3 of the Partners, your boy Tiz, along with
the other third, Padawan. And
what?
What's that, man? This face in the place, man.
Hey.
Red Bull kicking in.
Hey.
As y'all can hear, we are back to normal. We have all three of the amigos back together again. Faces back into place. So yeah, this should be a really fun episode tonight. Having all three energies back. We're glad to have them back. How you been, man?
With this fucked up ass internet.
Well, so same old.
Yay.
Same old. It's all good.
Same as usual. Same as fucking usual.
But still, we back to normal.
Move.
This should be fun. So to start the show off, I wanted to jump right into just the latest nonsensory that I've seen on the internet. So Meek Mill had a song with the baby. Lil Baby, that leaked this week. And basically, in the song, he has a lyric that goes, "If I ever lack, I'm going out with the chopper. It'd be another Kobe." And a lot of people were in uproar about this. And then basically when he faced the backlash on social media behind the lyric, people were still kind of, I guess, upset about Kobe's death and the fact that his kid and his wife and stuff would have to hear that or whatever. He then tweeted, "Somebody promo a narrative and y'all follow it. Y'all internet antics cannot stop me. Shit like Zombieland or something. LOL." Then he tweeted, they paying to influence y'all now. It's almost like mind control. Wake up." So then he faced more backlash after that. People were saying that he was trying to deflect instead of just, standing up to what he said. And then Kobe's wife came out this morning basically saying, "I find this to be extremely insensitive and disrespectful, period. I'm not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this. If you are a fan, fine. There's a better way to show your admiration for my husband. This lacks respect and tact." Right after this, Meek Mill posted something like, "I'm going back to a savage. Fuck your feelings." So a lot of people was like, he was saying that toward Vanessa Bryant. So then he tweeted, after that, "I've already apologized in private to her. None of my tweets are directed at her or at Kobe Bryant or at any of that. If y'all so sad about a woman grieving, then y'all need to go ahead and stop talking about this." Basically, I just kind of throw it out there. Like, what do y'all think on the actual lyric he said? And then all of the after tweeting that went on. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I kind of feel like it all depends on how the buildup is for that bar. Because, if it's like some random bar out of nowhere or whatever, it doesn't really ring. It feels like an easy bar. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like the most obvious thing to think of. Like when I was rapping, that's one of those things I kind of had to govern myself about. Like, all right, does it seem like this is way too obvious? Because if it's way too obvious, it's going to be a million other rappers saying the same thing. Like pretty much. Anytime I hear a story about a bar or a lyric, I always go to the rapper side of me would think this way about this bar, pretty much. So that's why I feel like it would have to be the lead up to make me finally determine, was that even worth putting that in there on a rapper level. Now, as far as insensitivity, the rapper side of me is like, when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would actually be considered a nice, generous bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rappers I was listening to and still listen to say some vicious stuff. But at the same time, I would say it would be some coof with it, like, read the room type deal. And I feel like he has a hard time reading the room. I think Meek Mills himself just has a hard time reading the room in general. And a lot of rappers have a hard time reading the room. Like, because a lot of times they go into rapper mode and they really just trying to, what's going to be the thing to shock them? How is my bar? How, like the ones that's really in the lyrics, how is mine going to stick out? Even the ones that's not really into lyrics or whatever, they're still trying to find a way to make their lyrics stick out the most or whatever. And a lot of times when you get in that mode, you don't really read the room pretty much. You're just all up in your own feelings or whatever. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. So I went out. But as far as like once the man's wife comes to you and say, hey, once the man's wife comes to you and say, hey, all right, I feel uncomfortable about this lyric or whatever. If I was in Meek Mill's shoes, I would probably do something to go back in and take that out. Just rewrite it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Now, I know with studio constraints and everything, that might be an issue with they're going to have to work out or whatever, but that's just how I feel about it pretty much. So I can't really be mad at Meek Mills for being Meek Mills or whatever. But I just hope he, as a person, starts to read the room more. That's all.
Gotcha. Yeah. Face, what you think on that?
Now, I have a different take when it comes to rap lyrics, and protection of the freedom of speech. Actually, when it comes to that, because I heard much, much worse than that line about Kobe. So I can understand from his actual wife's perspective how she would feel some type of way, or anyone in their family. But outside of that, no one else should have a fucking opinion because they have no relation to the man himself. Only people with a relation to the man himself should actually have a feeling about something like that at the end of the day. None of them should. You know, I don't feel like it. Anybody with an opinion, shit, either keep it to your fucking self or say it to somebody who cares. But at the end of the day, Meek don't care. So why share your opinion just to be putting it out there? I mean, that's the age we in now that everyone has something to say and everybody wants to put their opinion out there, even when they're not involved or even when it has remotely nothing to do with them. On this topic alone, shit. Once again, the only people who have the right to say something is his wife, Vanessa, and anybody related directly to him or her, because her family will be grieving from the loss too, because it won't only him, it was his daughter. But I draw attention back to the actual crash. It won't just them that perished that day. It was other families on that same helicopter that perished.
Yeah.
So are we only focusing on Kobe because he was a basketball player? Or, I mean, my mentality is different. Like, my mentality is different when it comes to these so-called celebrities. And at the end of the day, I feel bad for their loss. Just, I'm human. I feel bad for their loss. But outside of that, if my people's pass and somebody make a song about that, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. These young dudes, they out in Detroit or something like that? Where Young Von from? Where King Von from?
Chicago.
Where's from? Chicago. They making songs on whoever packs and whatever showing the utmost disrespect to the two people that died in the streets and putting it out there, making millions of them songs around that. You feel me? Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. But the only reason to say something about that, me personally, I feel because it's a somewhat popular rapper in Meek Mill. He has a track out there, and he's black, Kobe's black, so they want to heighten that and try to bring that to the limelight. Because if it was two white rappers saying something about somebody, it was two white people, and a white rapper saying something about somebody else white that died, I don't think we hear nothing about it.
I don't know. I guess I feel where both of y'all are coming from. I definitely think Meek Mill needs to read the room more. Like, if you follow him on Twitter, you you see a lot of times he just kind of spews off stuff and doesn't really, you can see there's not a lot of thought behind what he's saying at all. I guess why I differ at is as far as like the people build bonds with people that they fuck with. Like if something happened to Jay-Z, like that would affect me probably more than, you know what I'm saying, the average celebrity, because I actually grew up off his music. I really like feel in touch with his music. His art resonates with me in that level. So you almost feel a connection to him. Like when Uncle Phil died, I was sad about that. I still ain't really cool with people putting Uncle Phil balls and shit. Like, I guess for me, like I don't think it's anybody that died, like them Chicago dudes that be doing that when they talking about smoking on packs and shit. Like, I don't think that shit right. I just feel like at the end of the day, if you put art out there or it leaks or whatever the case, people gonna have an opinion. Like we talked about it a few episodes back, as far as like if you're an artist, you're putting your stuff out there for it to be interpreted and taken in by the public. So when the public has an opinion on it, I feel like the only thing different about now is just instead of it being a conversation in the barbershops all across America or in a conversation at the gym or at the water cooler, now it's a conversation on Twitter or Instagram, because that's like the public forums for people to have those conversations now. I think if he had to just said the line, like I feel the creative part of it, like he was trying to think of a clever line, you know what I mean? And that's what came to him. I feel that part, but I think if he had to, like, after that, when he saw that people were bothered or like that, some people were just hurt because they really rock with Kobe on that level or whatever. And they also think about the fact that like that lady or Vanessa Bryant and her kid gotta still think about like that shit just kind of throws it in their face that their sister and their sister's friends and their dad died or whatever. So I think if he had just came out and been like, hey man, you know, my bad, I didn't realize it was gonna have this impact or whatever, or like had some type of tact afterwards, I think what really sent people up in the fire was the way he carried it after the fact. Like after you see people bothered, instead of just saying, you know, hey, I thought it was a clever bar, I didn't know it was gonna have this impact. Hey, you know, I ain't mean no offense. Even if he don't apologize, he just said I ain't mean no offense or something. But the fact that he was like, it's shit like Zombieland and he blaming it on people promoting a narrative. It's like nobody promoted anything. You put your song got leaked, people heard it, and they had whatever reaction they had to it. Like I'm sure it's somebody out there that was like, "Oh, that was just a hot bar." But on the other hand, you still got other, like you're a person that makes music and millions of people listen to your music. So I think it just go back to like for me, if you're an artist, whatever you put out there, you gotta realize that it may not have the impact that you necessarily intended in your heart, and be willing to kind of like face that backlash in a more tactful way. Like I don't feel like kind of deflecting or dismissing it. You alienating a group of people that might be your actual fans that just didn't feel like that bar was cool. And now that might affect your album sales. It might affect the people who want to listen to you going forward. Like to me, you could have handled it in a different way and kind of save face and still been able to keep the bar if that's what you felt like, you know, you wanted to stand on it. But I think just the lack of tact that Meek shows in a lot of circumstances, like it makes me wonder, is he like still stuck in the streets? Like, I guess like for me, like if you're an artist and you get to a certain level, like you out here screaming for prison reform and all this, like how that's gonna go in these meetings with these people who may already have a stigma on you, and you keep reinforcing it every single day instead of showing any type of growth. Or I don't know, man. Like if the 21-year-old me would have probably been like, fuck it, because I was on some fuck everybody shit. But like as a grown man in my 30s, pushing 40, and just having a bit more like experience with just the world, I feel like he could have went about it in a different way, as opposed to like basically seeming like he was just basically saying fuck you to the family, fuck you to the people who are sad, and fuck everybody. Like, that was just the general vibe he kind of gave off.
Well, I hadn't heard nothing about none of this shit until tonight, and I had to ask you what the lyric was before we even started. So I don't really listen to Meek Mill's music too much anyway, but as far as being able to say what you want to say, I feel like, once again, just me personally, like I said, we talked a couple episodes ago about people and how they feel about celebrities and their connections to celebrities and how they personally feel. And we also spoke about family as well. Now, when it comes to family, family's gonna have emotions regardless. Something positive be said, and they're gonna have some type of reaction. But when something negative is said, it's definitely gonna hurt harder, especially when your time to grieve hasn't passed. The public's opinion of what your time to grieve is gonna be always different than what your actual time is, because each person grieves and heals in their own time. So it could be 20 years from now, and anything said about that man will still affect their family. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
so there is no, we can't give a timeline of like, all right, too soon. No, you can't say it too soon, because in many other situations, I'm not gonna say they might be dealing with someone's death, but you may have somebody do a rap lyric about somebody who got raped in the case and whatever, but they're not talking about the victim. They're talking about the person who actually did it. Mm-hmm. But hiding that situation, aren't you also bringing emotions back for the person who got raped?
Yep, I don't think that's right either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But where's the public outcry for that? You feel me? Why is there no public outcry? So that's my instance. Like, there's nothing wrong with people feeling how they feel. Like, like I always say, to each his own. But keep it 100 all the way around. If you're gonna be upset about this lyric, make sure you scan out every lyric, so you can get upset every time there's a lyric somebody says something you don't like. Since we're all getting to the society is getting to the point where the littlest thing and how people feel can change something nowadays, instead of actual factual information changing stuff. It's just like, don't make it biased. Make sure we're spreading this feeling across the board all the way. And in most cases, it's not. Mm-hmm. That's where my only problem comes from. Like I said, feel how people grieve. I have nothing wrong with that. I can remember now my father's been gone for 20-some years, 30-some years now. But people still say something, I may get upset. So I totally understand from the fan perspective. As far as being a fan, me personally, I wasn't a Kobe Bryant basketball fan. I mean, I was one of them people that rooted against Kobe. I was one of them people and I'm going to say, I didn't like Kobe because he was that damn good. I ain't going to say he won't good. Hey, he was the Black Mamba. He was that much shit. That's why I rooted against him. I wanted him to lose, but he was always going to win. You feel me? So, I mean, I don't take no joy in the lyric that I know about it, but I don't take no offense against it either. Just me being me. But that also comes with just my personality. But I can definitely say where Pat comes from as far as saying reading the room, and I definitely understand where you come from and saying he could have put more tact into it. But when it comes to tact, we got to look in the society we're in again. We're in an almost tactless society. So how much tact are these people expected to have? If we really hold them to no moral compass on a total across the board, you feel me? It's like society picks and chooses when they want to hold people up.
I think the simple fact that that same reason about what society pick and chooses is the main reason why he himself, for the sake of his own preservation, should have more tact reading the room. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an artist myself, and I feel like the rule should be, as far as freedom of speech as an artist, there is no limits. There's no, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. But as for your own preservation of self, that's when you read the room and you say to yourself, hey, do I want to deal with the consequences of me saying this? Because there's no way possible I can say this particular idea or how I feel about it without some type of disagreement from society. There's no way. Like, I think with celebrities, a lot of times when they first hear something, they think it's probably like a small sector of haters that just want to rile up stuff or whatever. It's not until it gets into a bigger situation then they realize that, oh, this is the whole world saying this. Okay, so, and then that's when you see the little trickle down effect of like them gradually doing PR work on themselves, like, or whatever. Like, even at the end, even though, Meek didn't entirely say, hey, y'all were right. He still said, as a way of doing PR work, hey, I talked to Kobe's wife, blah, blah, blah. Put this to the side. So as an artist, I'm still going to say what I got to say. Basically, really what he was saying is, I got all this work to do. There's no way possible I can go back and take that lyric out. Being that I know that I can't take that lyric out, I'm going to just have to stand by it because I done put a lot of money into it.
That's what I'm more looking for. Like, if you're going to say it, you got two options. Either have tact and think about, like, because what kills me is people like Meek Mill, they'll say this shit. They'll go on an apology tour or whatever. But then when their album sales come back and they got lower album sales or their single don't do what they thought it was going to do, then they'll complain about it. Like, if you're going to say it and you're going to stand on it, then stand on it 100% fully and take all the backlash. Take the loss of whatever endorsements feel like they want to pull out. Take the loss of the album sales, your tour not doing it, whatever the case may be. Like, take them losses like a man because you stood on it. Or be smart enough to say, all right, I know I don't want to lose this, this, and this, so let me go ahead and just have tact. Like, a simple, you saying that the tweet about, hey, I spoke to Kobe Bryant's wife, da-da-da-da. If you had said that when the lyric first came out and people first got upset, I feel like the conversation is a whole lot different today. But going on the not even the defensive, but the offensive, where you almost like antagonizing the people that are upset. Like, I don't see what that does for you if your goal is to sell records and make people want to listen to your shit. Like, I feel like alienating a fan base is just unnecessary unless you want to do that and you don't care. In which case, stand on that shit 100% and be like, I said it and what? But to do the weird after effect PR moves and shit, like, I just feel like you can't eat your cake and have it too, man. Like, you gotta make up your mind. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just be ratchet and stand on all of that shit and take whatever comes from it, or are you gonna be tactful? You can't be halfway, because then it just come across disingenuous to both sides, and I feel like you just end up looking like an ass in the end.
Sometimes celebrities be testing their celebrity. Like, how I put it, just see how far that celebrity will go. Just like a gangster will test his own gangster, but just to see, hey, am I gonna be gangster enough to go through this? You know what I'm saying? They be testing their celebrity. They might not. I feel like unconsciously that's what they do. Yep. You know,
dumb way to go about things, but I can see that.
Yeah, as with everything. But sometimes testing your celebrity comes out good, and then sometimes it's some buggery. Just
Indeed.
Brings me up to my segment, the good and the fuckery.
All right, let's get into some fuckerations.
It just fits right in with Meek Mill's fuckery pretty much. But we're going everywhere on this one today. Let's go there then. Another rapper news, man. Our young brother, Shad Moss.
That is not my brother.
AKA Bow Wow, AKA Lil Bow Wow, AKA the skit on Snoop Dogg's first album. So young homie Shad Moss is planning on being on the WWE, and it looks like wrestling.
Who?
He's not even big enough to be a cruiserweight. Who the hell he wrestling?
He's smaller than that.
He gonna wrestle with announcers.
He said
he gonna wrestle Hornswoggle.
Who?
Hornswoggle.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
Hornswoggles.
It's official, y'all. That's what he said he wants to do. He says he's going to do like another album or something like that, and then after that he's going to focus on his wrestling career, which is something of a dream that he's had since a child. Now, mind you, I am not against anybody's dream, and I think
all over the place, man.
And I think, yes, that's one thing. And I think everyone, I'm drawing a comic book for peak's sake. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fine. Like you've been focused on that comic book and talking about that for like since you got that dream. You haven't
Yeah.
Been like
So
over here saying, "Oh, now I'm gonna build houses." Okay, now this week I'm going like this dude is all over the damn place.
yeah, you know, as a child, you know, you always have all kinds of crazy dreams. Shoot, I wanted to be Batman. I wanted, you know, everything. Some people wanted to be a
Yeah,
Ninja Turtle.
my
Some
son
people
used to
wanted
want
to
to be
be
a
wrestler.
dinosaur, and then he turned 5 and realized that wasn't practical. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are we talking about here?
But he's actually going for one of his childhood dreams. So I ain't gonna knock him until somebody knock him out. And guess who?
That's what's gonna happen. He gonna take
Guess
one of
who's
them bumps, and it's gonna be a wrap.
oh,
That
I
pro
don't know,
wrestling shit
man.
ain't that easy, man. That
I
shit ain't
don't
that
know,
easy.
man. Guess who's his trainer, his coach? That's right,
Uh,
you guessed it.
Insane Clown
Rikishi.
Posse.
Rikishi.
Well, what? That don't even match.
I mean, he's a
Yeah,
He need
dancer.
to have somebody like Rey Mysterio or somebody like what is
you teach him how to be a big man.
you ain't about to
Yeah.
slam nothing. That girl
Man.
whipped your high parts.
Man,
He
just
about
think
to
of
call
this.
himself Big Bow Wow, nigga.
Just think about the storyline behind that, yo. Like a short rapper with with a big man complex.
Well, they do got the dude now that be flipping people with no hands. He be having his hands in his pocket, so maybe.
Big Bow Wow, man.
Hey man.
I would never call that Negro that.
Big Bow Wow, nigga.
I would
BBW,
never.
nigga. BBW.
That sounds like a bad tab on a porn site. From shit you
Big
don't want to
Bow
see.
Wow.
Oh man,
Big
man.
Bow Wow, nigga.
Man,
BBW.
even BBW's got to have love, man, but not big Bow Wow. Nah.
I when it got something to do with this nigga.
No man.
Don't nothing about him doing this sound right. I pray for him.
Oh
The
man.
first time somebody splash him or something, it's gonna be a wrap for that little frail body.
Yo, if that's his wrestling name, like
Do he
Triple
know
H,
he's not a muscular man?
HBK.
Do he
When he
know he
looks in the
built petite
mirror,
as fuck?
it probably
Like
something
what
different,
is
man.
going on, man? This is why I stopped watching wrestling.
But you know,
It's too much change for me. I'm not ready. I'm good.
money has a
UFC.
money has a good way of making you like gives you a high to think you can do a lot
That's
of
what
things.
this sounds like though, like a money grab because his tools or
I
something
ain't had
slowing
that
up
much
or his
money.
music career slowing up. So he like, well, I'm not on no shows no more. I ain't getting no money out the music. Let me find something else to do.
Might have had a cocaine night. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, he on that booger sugar?
Nah, I don't know about that, but it sounds like he did the way it's
Oh Lord,
looking like that. But yeah,
he on that booger sugar.
allegedly, jokes, folks, all jokes.
We just
All right.
simple.
On the next one. So I don't know if y'all know because it's not really that big of a deal, and evidently, I don't think Lakeith really think it's that big of a deal to an extent, you know. But for some reason, Charlamagne the God be shading Lakeith Stanfield all the time.
It ain't for some reason. It's for a reason.
You probably right.
No, I'm serious. Like Lakeith Stanfield a while back basically said that the Breakfast Club and other platforms like that are harming the black community, and they only promote the negative, et cetera, et cetera. So basically like downing all black media outlets. And then after that, Charlamagne said something else about him and then stopped talking about him. And since then, Lakeith Stanfield made a diss track about Charlamagne and like been talking shit about him on his social media and all this shit. And that leads into Charlamagne asking Daniel Kaluuya about the thing with about on the set of the Black what is it, the Judas and the Black Messiah? Was Lakeith Stanfield? He was like Lakeith Stanfield was made for that role, huh? Or something like that. And Lakeith Stanfield then he got mad at it and went back at Charlamagne by like posting himself online with like a raving a pistol at a picture of Charlamagne or something weird.
He's crazy. I can see Lakeith doing that.
I'm just saying that he doing too much because I'm looking at it like him getting into this thing with Charlamagne. It take away from like
everything he do.
Right, like he just came off a really good acting performance, and instead of people talking about that, they talking about him waving pistols at a picture. Like that.
Yeah, they talking about his next acting performance.
What? What is
Next.
They're talking about his next acting performance. He's acting like a motherfucker right now.
that? Yeah, he is acting like a motherfucker. He's fully in the character.
Acting just like a motherfucker. Acting just like a motherfucker right now. Ignorant ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there.
Right. At what point? I guess there's no dollar level where you just stop giving a fuck what niggas have to say. You feel me? Like,
Nope.
if I'm making movies and I'm getting paid, give two shits what the fuck you got to say. I don't care. Now, the original comment being made about the black media outlets should never been made, because if the black media outlets give us a voice, you feel me? Without the black media outlets, a lot of us wouldn't hear the news at all. We wouldn't be privy to what's going on. You feel me? So they give us a voice and give us an ear at the same time. So that comment shouldn't have been made. Now, Charlamagne is known to be an asshole, so why give a fuck about anything he has to say? I mean, you take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. I mean, hey, he talks shit about himself. He always doing some homoerotic shit with DJ Envy. I mean,
like he plays a character, like we was talking about earlier before the show. Like he plays a character.
He plays a character. That's all.
It's his job.
Y'all both actors. He acts on the radio. You act on the big screen. Like, really? Yeah. What the waving the pistol for? You waving at a picture? That's how I know you ain't serious.
Yeah.
Because people who really people who really real with that pistol play, they ain't pulling out pistols at no pictures.
If it's coming out, it's gonna be used for real.
It's coming out with some fire behind it. You feel me? Like, nah, these people these days. That's all I can say about that.
Yes,
well, you can't really say it's going to be, when it comes to money. I feel like, I would say, it's people that make money just for moments like this. You know, they live for moments like this. I'm not saying Lakeith is. I think Lakeith has some like emotional problems to go.
Some don't seem right with him, even when he does interviews. Like, something is off to me. It could be just me.
I think he's just awkward. He's one of those.
He's stuck in that various one.
He gives me that Kurt Cobain vibe. Not to wish anything, but like introverted. I don't want to be part of like
I can see that.
Just the media. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be an artist, but I don't want to be a part of the
mainstream
mix, mainstream. Mm-hmm. So when I feel like he just may have like a corrupted view of black media, thinking like they're not really controlled by black people, it's controlled by like some corporation, but really everything is owned by a corporation. Even you, Lakeith, when you sign a contract.
Exactly.
Pretty much. So yeah, I mean, it's always going to be. I always feel like it's always going to be a celebrity, Batman, Superman. You know, like about, because that's what celebrities are for. When you sign up, when you get to a certain level of tax bracket and attention or whatever, you're basically signing off for it. And the crazy thing about it is you never really know when you sign off for it. You just gotta keep making stuff until one of those things hit, and you get that credit pretty much. But
I tell you what, people can say whatever they want to say. Like, I feel like if you're on a public platform of any kind, like even YouTube, even if you on a small Netflix series, like if you on the cable news network that's only in your hometown, like you're putting yourself out to the public. As soon as you do that, whatever you do on that screen is open to public opinion. And I feel like going at media outlets, like they can't report on what you don't put out there for the most part. You know what I mean? And I can see if you get mad if they like digging into your deep personal history and pulling up your arrest records from 94 and weird shit like that, then I can understand you getting salty about that. But them saying anything else about you, like, people gonna get their jokes off, people gonna say what they say, like, you're a public figure. You kind of sign up that when you put your shit out to the public. If not, you could have stayed private and now I have to deal with it. You could have got you a 9 to 5 and nobody would know who you are, and you would be a normal everyday citizen that doesn't get all of the things that come with your position, but you wanted to be in this position. So you kind of got to like at this day and age, it's normalized for this shit to happen. Like Princess Di got killed running from the paparazzi. Like it's literally like, it's been a thing where public figures you're going to get that attention, both good and negative. Like you got to deal with that shit and keep it moving. But I don't think going at the media outlets gonna ever be a good idea, because then they just gonna ramp it up and they gonna come at you even more and paint more false narratives about you. So
they're always looking for us. They're always looking for a topic, and you just giving it straight to them. So
absolutely,
sensationalist.
All right, a couple of quick GFs or whatever. So, congratulations to, this is some good. Congratulations to Meg Thee Stallion, because she's going to a graduate college. Nice. A lot of people said that she wasn't going to graduate.
You mean she's going to graduate college? I thought you meant she was going to graduate school, like graduate college.
No, she's going. She's going to graduate school in the fall. That's what she's going. The way they read it, the way they wrote it, in the article, it made me look like she was like, all right, she's graduating in the fall, but no, she's going to graduate school actually in the fall.
That's dope. I remember she was in school when she first started like her career, I feel like. So that's dope that she actually finished it out. Congrats,
and was able to. Yeah, it was able to with that. The crazy as her career's been going, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the fuckery on the opposite side is Tory Lane's like hairline. Y'all haven't seen that picture? It's a picture of him.
Not a new one, but I remember when it was way back here, and then he got like implants, and then it was like right here. He got the implants to get a hairline back, but then
I saw a picture of him currently. They took the head off, and he was like, his hair was out there. It looked like Fire Marshal Bill or somebody put a flamethrower to somebody's head, man. Like,
and the sad part is he's younger than us.
Like a burnt chia pet. Like it was scary, man. I didn't know what was going on, dog.
There's nothing wrong with that boy.
Yeah.
Stressing.
Right.
Stressing too much. Probably trying too hard. When you try too hard, you stress too much.
You probably look like criminal charges.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, he's been trying too hard for a long time. That's how he got into those dang criminal charges in the first place, in my opinion. I feel like he always giving off that vibe, like, hey man, I'm me, I'm this, look at me all the time, look at me, I'm Tory Lane. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But quick one.
I'm Tory Lane.
Yeah, he just seemed like he's extra. I need attention guy sometimes.
Yes. He's a bit of an attention hog. Yep.
Like I would say, as some of my female friends have defined what they call a fuck boy, he seems like he's the poster boy for being a fuck boy, just being a guy that just tries too hard so he can get sex and attention. That's what he seems like to me. Definition.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Man.
sound about right. It's a good assessment.
Yeah.
Survey says no lies detected here.
Ding ding ding. All right. So I don't know how to feel about this. This is I get mixed feelings about this because I really like their music or whatever when I'm in that vibe. But Daft Punk has broken up, man. And like I would say if anybody ever that's a musician who had any type of music career, they did it the way I would want to do it. Just go in and my image is famous and I can go, I can make these great songs and people just think my image or my character that I have on every album, these robot people in suits are the group. So I can just have a regular life, go to Walmart, do whatever the heck I want. And then the only time I have to worry about paparazzi stuff is when I put that astronaut robot helmet on my head, like that. And I don't know. I always feel like I'm in the future every time I listen to Daft Punk. And I like
that shit got to be hot though. That damn shit got to be hot.
it. Got to be. It got to be. Or it's an actual robot and they control it like a video game. I like to think that because then that makes the. I like to think that because it's fun.
That's real.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't know how to feel about them breaking up because I don't really care that they broke up. As long as they good as people and they still got their friendship intact, hey, do your thing. I appreciated the music while I was there, but I also, outside of their collaborations with other genres, I didn't listen to a lot of their just their music totally. So I don't have that bond with them like a lot of their fans would. So,
yeah.
As long as they good, they healthy, more power to them.
Daft Punk got them secret bar songs that you've heard them before, but you never really knew who made them. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And then you'd have them ones that you just know because you know of the Daft Punk, pretty much. But yeah, just a quick news here. Now, my next one is all good, pretty much. Jay-Z bring out a little bit more tactical Black excellence. He had the 100% ownership of Ace of Spades, pretty much, and a move with Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, LVMH, which is like the biggest distributor of like champagne in the world, pretty much. He sold 50%. So, when you first hear stuff like that or whatever, and you say, all right, so you sold 50%, it has to be a good reason why you would sell 50% of a company you had full ownership of. So being that they like the number one distributor of champagne in the world or whatever, that's just going to boost his sales up. So like what he probably getting more out of that 50% than he would having that 50%. Pretty much, because it'd be out there. And he said, it was inspired by, how the owner Cristal in the 2006 was like he said that mildly passive aggressive thing, racist thing about hip hop and the culture. It was like I can't help if they drink it or whatever, this, that, and third. So, this was his inspiration for launching his own champagne brand. Armandon de Bagnac, and I probably said that all wrong, but that was the Frenchy name for the champagne of Ace of Spades, pretty much. So, and he started that off. He showed it off on that "Show Me What You Got" song, that he had out.
I remember Ace of Spades first dropped because all of the rappers started going to that instead of Cristal.
And that was his whole movement. That was his whole movement, and he got it. He was the one to get it on, man. He be doing like some revolutionary stuff on the low or whatever, even though they be trying to focus on like he just being greedy or whatever. And this at the third
businessman, man.
That's all it is. And a lot of times,
back, so I respect that. Like he put his money where his mouth is on a lot of issues, and he be out there before a lot of other people be out there. So he got my respect as always, man. But he's my favorite rapper of all time. So I'm always biased to Jay-Z.
Yeah. A lot of you say I just feel like even the things that I might disagree with that he might have done is I understand that in business, you're not gonna always have the winning outcome. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna end up losing at the end. So
indeed,
I just leave it at that. Pretty much. And so my last and good and fuckery, and there's no fuckery along with it, is Baby Shmurda is released from jail. That's right. That hat is going to be falling down from Earth once again pretty soon that he tossed.
Have you seen the meme where it comes down and Thor's hammer?
Yo, I seen one. I seen one while it was circling around the Earth like 2 or 3 times and it came back down. Like they reversed it like from when he tossed the hat, pretty much. Yeah.
I love it.
So
I'm
yeah,
happy he's
like,
home. I hope he stays out of
Oh,
trouble. I
yeah,
hope he,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, handles his business and gets back to where he was before he went in. I don't have a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of music to draw from because I didn't really listen to anything outside of the hot nigga song, you know what I mean, for the dance.
really,
So
that's all that really came out
I
before
saw a
he.
lot of people like really going crazy about it today. So I realized he had a definite impact on the culture, which I can definitely respect.
Mhm.
But for me, I mean,
Now,
I'm glad
I
he
pose
out. I hope he does well.
Mhm.
I pose a question to you. Now, when he came out, this was right before old boy. I'm not gonna keep saying his name
Mm-hmm.
because I don't
Ratatouille.
respect him. You feel me? Yeah. Now he came out right before him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me once again, because I only personally speak for my behalf. I believe if he never got locked up, we wouldn't have saw so much from old boy.
No, we wouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
We wouldn't have. I agree with that totally. And the good part about him being out is Ratatouille said that he's going to retire when Bobby Shmurda get out of jail. So Bobby Shmurda's home. So
We know that ain't gonna happen.
live up to what
Nah.
you said, boy.
All I say is Bobby Shmurda is like the perfect opposite of that Ratatouille 9.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Oh yeah.
He actually
Polar
did
opposites.
what he had to do, came out, and now
He took
he's
more time for his people.
yep.
He was
That
also
was you.
really a gangbanger before he started his career. Like he was really in them
Exactly.
streets before he got on rapping. So
Yeah.
it's
And
definitely
he
a
don't have
complete polar opposite from Ratatouille. Absolutely.
didn't have to put a whole bunch of necessary tattoos on his face.
Nope.
Don't have a whole bunch of colorful
Him and
whatever
Rowdy
in his
Rebel and them
hair.
showed up and was just this is who we are.
Came in with a
Exactly.
regular white tee and that hat that has been launched into space.
I tell you what though, they could have got him some better looking women when he got out. Did you see that picture of them women he was with?
But you know, they probably like people he known from the neighborhood or something like that.
No, these were Caucasian women. I don't think they
Oh,
hanging
no
out in
man.
their neighborhood. I did not where
Oh, no
DS9
man.
live, no sir. So
It could have
they
been
could
his
have
pen
did him
pal.
better than that, man. They could have got him Nubsy or something, man, but they ain't had to do him like that. I'm
No,
serious. They did not have to do him like that. Hey man, stop for we get copyrighted again.
Oh man. At least you know how to dance.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If ain't no bottles around.
Nothing.
She got nerves.
Oh man. If y'all don't get that joke, check out all of our social media or sign up for our Patreon or buy me a coffee and you can see that video. It comes from our latest You Didn't Ask Us, but YouTube copyright flagged us, so we had to post it on different mediums, but it is definitely worth the laugh. If you got a few minutes and you just want to laugh your hand parts off, go check that out, please, please, please.
Oh boy,
It is
high
hilarious.
five.
That's right, them hand parts, man. Them hand parts.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
Speaking of hand pots that can no longer hold up jeans,
Ass boy.
let me get on into this Umar weekly update. And it's been some fuckery, as Pat would say, definitely going on with this guy. So he's back on IG Live again, which is good for me because I get to see all this nonsense and report it to y'all. But basically, he dropped the first live of the week. He was back at the FDMG Academy, which is good because he hasn't been there since like before January, like sometime in December or something like that. So he was back there and he was outside in a hoodie in the dead of winter in the middle of this ice storm and snowstorm all across the country in Wilmington, Delaware, shoveling snow with one hand in a hoodie and them damn jeans that he's had on since 2014 in the St. Paul's video. Them jeans are still there. Hashtag freedom jeans. We not gonna let go of this, the real victim of the FDMG scandal. Please, freedom jeans. Freedom damn jeans. But he's out there in these jeans and they sagging off his hind parts. And he's out there shoveling snow with a dirt shovel with one hand while he goes on Instagram Live and starts asking for his donations like always. Then he goes into the school where he then writes on a whiteboard for a good 30, 40 minutes as he talks about his plans for opening the school. Now, most of what he said is exactly verbatim, damn near, what he talked about in that intro video we had on the baggy suit with the Bobby Brown shoes. And he was walking through the building when he first acquired it or whatever. Right. Every little step he has not taken toward opening this damn school. So he's in here and he's writing on the whiteboard and he's talking about the classes he gonna have. Talking about he gonna have military science and all of this shit. Then he goes into a long rant about the people he wants to hire at the school. So for one, the people he wants to hire, they have to go through 3 damn interviews to work at this school that will never open. He never talks about how the staff will end up getting paid. And when somebody asked in the IG Live or on the Facebook Live, I don't even know which phone he was looking at this point, because he always does it with both phones, so you never know which one he actually talking to. So he goes at the person and starts saying, well, you ain't got to worry about what they're going to get paid because you ain't going to work here. He then talks about all of the people who would never be allowed at the school. He says, you know, people from certain communities will never be allowed at the school. People from the adults community or the FBA, which is like the Foundation of Black Americans, which is like Tariq Nasheed's group. Like all of these people would never be allowed in his school because they are haters. And then he goes into talking about how he doesn't want his staff to, you know, there will be no staff having sex with the parents or each other or none of that. Then this Negro says, and I will be trying to not have sex with the parent. Now you opening an all black school for black boys. And now you basically on IG Live before the school ever even has a whiff of getting open. You're talking about having sex with these boys' mamas. What kind of shit? What kind of principle? Oh, and then on top of fucking the parents was what he wants to do. He also says that all of the teachers gonna have to sign a non-disclosure agreement or confidentiality agreement to work at the school. So you can't even talk about the bullshit that he does on a regular basis of what you see once you work. If this shit don't sound like some old, I'm trying to make my own brothel and I'm gonna be beating your kids up in the black room while I have sex with your mama in my office type weird old cult Jim Jones, David Koresh.
That's what I'm about to say.
Women. Like this is some
nigga
old
Jim Jones.
Like
he Jim Jones.
Let me sex all of your mamas while me and the men staff go punch you in the chest in the black room if you say anything about it. And then the staff can't say nothing because they done signed a confidentiality agreement. I've never heard no stuff like this. This is like an all-time new low for this dude who I didn't think could stoop no lower.
Shit.
And he then sitting there with these long overdue in buying a new pair of jeans, these bootcut bandit jeans, these Lee dungarees from back in the 1864. I've been working on the railroad, John Henry jeans. He's sitting there in these jeans as they sag off of his ass and his dirty drawers are showing, talking about screwing these children's mama. That was the first live of the week. That same day, he then goes to out to eat, as always, because, you know, once he leave the school and he finished, you know, beaming up, turning the heat down, he hungry, so now he got to go find somewhere to eat. So he goes to the Drop Squad Kitchen. He sits there on Instagram Live listening to the lady at Drop Squad Kitchen talking while he keeps begging for cash apps until I guess he finally got enough money to pay for his lunch. So then he finally logs off. Then he is on live again in a parking lot of some shopping center or something, walking through it, talking about some whoop, 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 making these weird whooping noises, like some kind of like King Kong maiden call. I don't know what the hell was happening as he then begs for more cash apps. Now, this is all the first day back on IG Live after we haven't seen him in a minute. Now he goes into the next one I saw was he did a telethon the other night for 2 hours where he talked about random shit that he's already said. I'm going to keep reminding people, this is a scholar who has repeated the same information for the past going on 12, 13 years now, the exact same information, nothing new, nothing added, nothing remixed. It's the same exact wording, same phrasing, all of it. He does a telethon where he goes over the same information and begs for cash apps and then shouts out people by as they send in their cash app. Told one lady, because she sent in $1, next time, send me 2. What kind of fundraising is this? And a telethon usually has acts, some type of performance, some type of other stuff other than the man that's always asking for money, just sitting on IG Live for instead of 1 hour this time, 2, as he begs for cash apps. Then today, this Negro did an IG Live where he said that all learning disabilities are man-made. And somebody in the chat, I guess, said, how is that man-made? That's not true. I said it wasn't true, but I knew he wasn't talking to me because he was looking at the other phone. So I guess somebody on Facebook called him out on it. This fool then says that if learning disabilities are not man-made, then what seed or plant do they grow from? What tree do they bloom off of? I said, what the fuck is this?
Is he trying to be deep?
Dude, a learning disability growing on a tree? Negro, that's genetics and like how your brain is wired. That has nothing to do with a fucking tree or a seed. And this is a scholar, quote unquote. I was too done.
I'm the most requested.
Now I can agree with him that ADHD may be like something that people came up with. It may not be necessarily a real like disability or something. Okay, I'll go with you on that. On certain, maybe. But people got dyslexia. People got autism. People got other forms of learning disabilities other than just ADHD. Like to say a blanket of a whole swab of our country who like goes through these disabilities and they fight through them and they deal with them are not actually learning disabled. They are lazy and they come from bad parents. At this point with Umar, man, I am at the point, I don't know where to go anymore. Like, if you are still in 2021, when we got Google and encyclopedias and we got damn near every type of information you want to find out there, and you still are listening to this dude like, oh yeah, he gonna be a good principal to open a school. Let's give our money to him. He's gonna be the one that got a good plan. I don't know what else to fucking say to you. This is what you want to send your children to, supporters of Umar. Now I can deal. Go ahead. What you say, Face?
That nigga crazy as fuck.
You hear me? Like, I can deal with the supporters that be like, hey, you know, I just like to listen to him talk. He makes me feel good. Cool, I respect that. But I'm talking to the supporters of this school. I'm going to stay on the school. I'm going to stay on topic. This school should not ever open. If he is anywhere near involved with it, it will not ever open because not one financial plan has come through. He has no plan for anything. Not one renovation is made. He keep talking about the renovations are being made and got the nerve to talk about his contractors was pulling up the other day. No, they weren't. That's why the school still looks the exact same 2 years later. Actually worse in certain parts because now you have a shit lake in the gym that you can't get rid of. People, if you still believe in him, man, please wake the fuck up. Just admit what it is. You like him to talk to you, and he needs to admit what it is. He just likes to talk, and y'all stay together, and you donate to that. But do not donate to this man thinking a school is going to happen. It is not going to come to fruition. He is literally showing you and telling you in his IG lives every day why it won't. He just wants to have a place where he can screw single mothers, talk bad about their kids, and blame the mothers that he wants to screw for the child having the issue, and keep spewing the same bullshit that he spewed for all these years. And he still has not let go of them fucking jeans. Free them damn jeans. They don't deserve to be here. They have sat on the back of your buffalo ass for long enough. I'm sorry, man. Them damn jeans is bothering me.
Yeah, I know.
Free them damn jeans, Umar. Freedom jeans. I will not get off of your ass on them jeans. You won't get them jeans off your ass, so I'm gonna stay on your ass. Back Pockets on the Buffalo, the tell-all book from the jeans is coming out in March. Be on the lookout for it. It'll be out around the same time as the school comes out.
He got creep vibes, man. This mad creep vibes.
He is a sexual predator that only wants to get high, hang out with his buddies at the school, not, let me stop calling the school. He want to hang out with his buddies at the former Moyer Academy school that used to be a school. Get high, go eat, have everybody else pay for it, and then repeat himself so he can get more people to pay for it. Like,
fat bum.
I can't, man. Wake up, people. Like, people who are donating to the school, please stop. Like, you are wasting your money. I've donated. Countless people have donated, and you're not going to get anything that you're paying for. If you want to buy his pamphlet that he called a book, that's your right. You go ahead and pay your money on that. You got the right to buy whatever you want to buy. But do not keep selling yourself short and buying into this school thing. The school is not going to happen. Umar is a content creator. He makes videos because he wants to be seen and and get attention. And he is a person that wants you to donate to him. He is no different than any other YouTuber that's out here that gets super chats or PayPals or they have cash apps, or he's no different than any other social media influencer that gets paid to just sit online. Like, that's what he is. Let's call it what it is. You will never see him at FDMG Academy because it will not open. Please, people, wake the fuck up.
Open your eyes, people.
Please, my people. Please, my people. We got to be smarter than this shit.
If he can't afford a new pair of jeans, he shouldn't. He can't afford a school. Like,
my thing is, he could afford a school if he wasn't using the money for his own lifestyle and to fuel his alleged drug habit. Like, everything he does, it's not contradicting the stuff that people say about him, man. It's not. Like, you out here looking fiendish. Forehead dry. Where your shea butter? Hair got lint in it at the damn. Like, come on, bro.
You can't be pro-black.
Drawers dirty, pants hanging off your ass. No, like, don't nobody be like, why are you sagging?
It's a requirement.
Yes, talking about you want to, like, you're in the middle of the dead winter with just a hoodie on.
You got to set a good
example, brother. Behavior.
You got to set a positive example if you want to try to lead, brother. You can't lead by being a crackhead. No one follows a crackhead. Allegedly. And I'm not even calling you that because of your alleged drug behavior. I'm calling you that because of your actions. You got crackhead behavior.
Very crackish. It's real crackish.
Very crackish, brother. Very crackish. Now, once again, I'm not calling you a crackhead. I'm saying you
smoke crack, Sam?
But you do the behaviors and do the actions of a crackhead. You move like one. You are wearing a crackhead's uniform.
Especially with them jeans.
Shit don't. At this point, somebody need to take him on that roof and wake him the fuck up. Like, do you want to jump, Umar? That's what you're doing. You're killing yourself.
And he gonna be like, jumping was made by man. Jumping don't grow on trees.
Like, what? That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard him say. And I've heard him say some dumb shit over the past few years. But that shit took the cake. When I heard him say, what do you mean it's not man-made? What tree does it grow on? What seed does it come from? Negro? Are you sure you a psychologist? Like, this is why people be questioning your credentials. Like, you out here talking crazy.
I can tell you what seed it comes from. Semen.
Yep.
What seed does it come from?
The spermatozoa, sir. That's usually how that works. In the ovum, they usually mix. And then, when the mixing don't go too well, sometimes, you have defects. Or, sometimes it may be where the neurons was firing, it just changed up and went a different way real quick. But for you to be a psychologist and not know how learning disabilities work, and you claim to be an expert on learning disabilities, I'm like, what the fuck? You just told her. Go ahead.
He couldn't figure that part out of psychology, so that's why he said it doesn't exist. Or he couldn't think of nothing else to respond to, and that's when the drugs start kicking in. What seed does it come from? Donations.
I'm gonna go with answer C. That sounds very reasonable. Survey says detected here.
Shit. Moving on.
That is my Umar weekly update.
Umar.
I'm glad we have these every week. I'm really glad we have these every week.
Oh man.
I hope Umar keeps on giving you stuff to talk about because he's just so entertaining. He doesn't mean to be, but he's very entertaining.
he's the gift that keeps on giving, man. Like every time I think, well, hey, maybe he's finally wised up and he ain't gonna give me no more content. Nope, here he comes.
Nah, I don't go like that.
Ready again with some dumb shit.
Shit, but now we have once again the Face Top 5.
Yeah.
This week,
Top
I just
five,
want to bring
five,
in
five.
top 5 things just to keep in mind. Everybody been going through shit this week, these past couple weeks. You feel me? I won on the episode last week because I was going through shit, but just want to bring attention to a couple things. So there's only 5 things I want to bring attention to and just want to put in the air and just have people just keep in mind on your day to day because everything ain't always as it seems. And these are in no specific order. So the first thing, stay positive and maintain, man. You got to maintain in situations. When you stressed out or you're back against the wall, don't freak out. Stay positive. Once you get pessimistic, you start to lose the fight internally. Once you've lost inside, ain't shit you can do outside to change that around. Stay positive at all.
Self-talk is a real thing.
You feel me? Like when you create negative vibes inside, you live those out. Okay, when you create positive vibes inside, for some reason you live those out too. So put that positive energy into the universe and let it come back to you tenfold.
That's right.
Next
real.
thing.
Manifest.
Next thing. Niggers come in all colors.
Oh, yeah.
When people say the word nigger, everybody think they talking about black people. No, niggas come in all colors. You got white niggas, Chinese niggas, Filipino niggas, African niggas, black niggas, and white niggas again.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Y'all white niggas can't stay niggas.
Right.
You feel me? You feel me? It's niggas in all colors. So me personally, when I hear a white person say nigga and they talk about another white person, I just feel that as a how can I say it? Another penny in my bank. You feel me? Like I just smile. I walk away from that situation smiling. Yeah. You realize you got niggas in your community too. Because I don't like niggas either. Feel me? I love black people. I don't like niggas. I don't like black niggas. Because they just fuck up everything for everybody. So do white niggas, Chinese niggas, all Asian niggas, and African niggas. Because even though you from Africa, straight from the motherland, you still got niggas in your culture too.
Yeah.
Next thing, it's a personal thing. I just want to put it out there. Never care about another person's opinions. Fuck them. Straight up and down. Fuck them. Live your life. Do what you need to do for the betterment of you and yours. Fuck everything else. Shit. Why I care about somebody else's opinion? What they eat don't make you shit.
Amen.
Think about it. Next thing.
Wait a minute, Face.
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. I really like that last one, so I just wanted to agree with you along with it. It's like, yes, fuck your opinion. Fuck them. Fuck them. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'll always take constructive criticism, but opinion don't do me no damn good.
You don't know how much that struck my soul deeply, like a Bible verse. All right,
you needed to hear that word. You needed to hear that word from Pastor Face.
Yes, Lord. Oh my God.
The doors of the church are open.
Amen.
Next thing. Everything ain't always about race. Some people are just assholes.
This is true. Good point.
Just because a white person is nasty to you and you're black, don't mean they're racist. They could just be an asshole. Take your time and take a step back. Watch them. They may be nasty to the next white person they see too. They're not racist. It's assholes everywhere.
That's real.
Because it's a good old saying.
Point right there.
It's an asshole in every group of friends. We have an asshole in ours.
Yep.
You feel me? He knows he's an asshole. He take pride in it. And we love him for that. We love him just for that. You feel me? So, wouldn't have no other way. If he was any other way, I wouldn't
probably wouldn't like him then.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's true.
Because he wouldn't be him.
Everything's not about race, man. Remember that. Next time you get into the situation, don't let the first thing you be like, oh, you racist. No, think. Oh, you just an asshole first.
Yep.
But if they say something racist, then you can go with the racist thing.
Right.
And the asshole. or whatever.
Yeah.
I usually
Very good
I
point.
usually think that
I
way
like
too,
that.
because I always say I don't like humans. I always go with that first.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I don't like
Until
it.
you prove you're a racist, I'm gonna just think that you're just a fucked up human being and leave it at that.
Yeah. You
And
just
just
assholes everywhere, man.
This is true.
Just like in the human body, assholes are everywhere. Everywhere you look, don't have an asshole. So there you go.
And assholes are
Now,
like opinions. Everybody got one,
exactly.
but not many want to smell it.
Yeah. Most of them fucking stink.
Shirt coming soon.
My last thing hits a little bit more home, from a black man, and a little bit more on the serious tip. Now, black man, we all deal with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other stress disorders.
Yeah.
And I want to let y'all know, all black men, it's okay to seek assistance with dealing with those. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of no type of failure in you. To seek assistance is winning.
Yeah.
Because once you choose not to and just be like, oh, I'm stronger than that, that's you giving in to the beginning PTSD that we all have, because we all raised up, you a black man, you strong, you a black man. But I still am a human. At the end of the day, I still face shit. I still have stress. I still deal with shit. I can tolerate and I can provide and I can do everything I need to do as a husband, a father, and everything. But I deal with anxiety. I deal with stress. I deal with depression. Me personally, I've had great bouts of depression. I've been suicidal at times, but it's through my friends and my close knit circle of support people that I pulled through. You feel me? I had bouts of anxiety where certain stressful situations, my whole body is shut down on me. I go into dehydration. I have hot and cold flashes, hot and cold chills, all because of my anxiety.
Yeah.
There's no problem with seeking assistance. There's no problem talking to somebody. When you don't talk to nobody, you're starting to fail. You're starting to lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. Have more love for yourself to seek assistance. And not even if you don't want to ask for some help, cool. Just have somebody you can at least talk to and vent to. So you can try to ease your stress. When you let stress consume you, stress can kill you. Stress is the only thing we do to ourselves that we make up that is not a physical thing that we either inhale, ingest, or anything that we can physically do to our bodies that can kill us. You can stress yourself out, give yourself an aneurysm, stress yourself out, like once again, be suicidal, turn homicidal, you can have a psychotic break. Anything can happen to you because of high stress levels. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Open your mouth and communicate.
Out of that stigma of being scared to like admit that we have an issue, like that not going to the doctor, not going to the psychiatrist, not going to the psychologist, not going to the therapist, not going to your friends and your family. Like, it's always been pressed upon us that you gotta be tough, and if you admit that something wrong, then now you're weak. No, man, you right on that. Like, we gotta say something. Like, get it out, get the help you need. Like, heal yourself, allow yourself that chance to heal, man. We all got that depression and PTSD, hell, just by being a black man. But on top of that, the personal struggles that you go through just day to day in life, and like, trauma is a real thing, man. You right. You damn right.
Most people look at it. Go ahead.
I was like, you gotta really start looking at yourself like you're your own doctor sometimes. Like, when I go through my anxiety and my episodes, when I first started, I was like, wait a minute, I never felt like this before. Why am I feeling like this? What is the factors that's doing it? How can I limit those factors? Like, the one good thing that I've learned is like routines really help me out as far as like what I need to do day to day or whatever. Like when I was working in a building or whatever, I have my same routine, wake up, I have whatever I have roll up. So for the ride to get to work, listen to whatever I want to listen to whatever podcast or whatever like song that match my vibe, and then get to work. But even with that, sometimes the anxiety is a little bit too much. I find myself, the closer I get to that building, the more anxiety would build up. And a lot of times like at that point, I was like, you know what? I can't work like this with my mind like this. You got to give yourself that self break, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, a lot of times because we have to go to work, or we do gotta, self-preservation, we have to take care of ourselves or get that check or whatever, we'll neglect other things that also help us to cope or whatever. thinking that it's a sacrifice that is a good sacrifice, because you're working for your check so you can survive the next day. But if you keep doing that or whatever, it's just like just working the machine till it overheats or whatever. You got to give yourself a break before your body breaks down. It gives its own self a break, because when you do that, you don't have no control. You don't have no control over the circumstances before it actually happened. But yeah, I was just saying that because that's just expressing how I felt about my own experiences too.
Hell yeah. Like people need to hear that stories from like other black men. Sometimes that's the biggest thing. Like you feel like you by yourself or ain't nobody else dealing with this. So let me just go through it. But like our stories need to be told like from all aspects, and especially when it comes to mental health, like because you can be the healthiest person physically, but if that mental health go wrong, like your body's gonna feel it too. Like it affects everything. And if you ain't in the right mind, you can't be the strong black king that your family might need you to be. So like take care of self, man. Like, don't be afraid to speak out. Y'all preaching that good word on that. I damn believe in that.
It's a lot of strong men that we looked up to that has died early. Like, if you think about it, there's a lot of pillars. Like, shoot, even on a little younger child level, shoot, Ultimate Warrior. One of the wrestlers that you can't be beat or whatever, but he died at an early age or whatever. Like,
it's a reason why most men in most cultures they die before their women. Like it's that macho shit. Like you can't be too macho to love yourself.
Matter of fact, I'll watch him. Me and Faith's favorite wrestler, Undertaker, on the last Survivor Series or whatever. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? I realized, he got to a point. He's like the perfect example, whatever, where you working because you felt like, hey, this is me. This is what I'm supposed to do or whatever. And he's getting older now. The body is breaking down. You know what I'm saying? He's realizing he's human. The character he plays is an immortal, but he's human. And it got to a point where he went out and bowed out gracefully the way he wanted to and realized that, yeah, he's a human, but this is it. You know what I'm saying? I had like the best career that you could possibly have as a wrestler, but you know what I'm saying? That's a go. Boxers, other athletes, you see them all the time, man. They've been beating themselves up and their body up or whatever, and they don't take care of that mental and whatnot, and that'd be the first thing to go, pretty much.
I think Face put it real well. He was like, you got to love yourself. Like that's really what it is. You got to love yourself enough to take care of yourself, man. Like that's super real. I'm glad y'all touched on that tonight, man. Like that needed to be said.
If you feel like something wrong, if you feel like I ain't know what's going on, you just feel off mentally, say something, man. Speak up. So ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Don't condition yourself to thinking everything is normal. Everything ain't fucking normal. There is no such thing as normal, man.
Nope.
There is no such thing as normal. That's a falsehood. The everything everybody puts on. There's a normal.
It's ideal.
Every individual, we're all like snowflakes, man. Everybody's different. We all have likenesses. Yeah. We're all made up of the same things, but we all form differently. So speak on your difference. Speak on what makes you different, man. If something wrong, if you think something wrong, speak on that shit. Somebody gonna be able to co-sign with you or just listen to you. Don't listen to somebody the first person. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Nigga, something wrong with me. You ain't gonna listen to me. Somebody gonna listen to me. Fuck it. You feel me? Write this shit down. Get that shit out. Like artists say, they express their pain. They put their emotion on their paper. It helps them out. That's why I brought this here. You feel me? This is therapeutic for me to speak on this shit. Because if I don't, who knows? You feel me? So I have no problem trying to open up to whoever you want to listen to it. It may help you, may not help you. You may think it may help you help somebody else. Yeah. But as long as you listen to it, as long as you hear it, I'm getting it off my chest. So it's making me feel better. And that's the most important thing for me. You feel like this, I'm helping myself. And if me helping myself help somebody else, that's even better. But moving on from the Face Top 5, everybody else had their chance at story time. Now it's my time at story time. You feel me? Like,
oh, bro.
This is this is a story that has contributed to some trust issues that I have developed before I got married. This story comes from a former relationship that you guys know of, and we're going to refer to the person as the lady. We're just going to say that because I don't want to put nobody's name out there. Just because I'm trying to be tactful. That's about it. I really don't. I'm just
Reading
trying
the
to be
room.
tactful.
All right.
Gotcha.
Those
The lady.
those people who do know me will know by the time frame what person I'm speaking on.
Okay.
So this happened, this actual story happened during my relationship I was in for like I think like 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. And this actual story happened around 2009, 2010.
Yep.
It's like at
I know who you're talking about.
the very
Oh,
end
man.
of the relationship.
That
The
means
very,
I
very
was there.
end of the relationship. This is like the last straw. And if it wasn't the last straw, I'd have been a simp if I had stayed in a relationship or any type of relationship.
Can I ask
So-
one question before you go in? Because I feel like this
Mhm.
is about to be one of the ones. Was this before or after you and the lady had visited us down here in Georgia?
After.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh
After.
boy. I don't know where this is about to go.
after.
And it was 2009 and 2010, so I was there.
Very
I know I
after.
was
Oh boy.
there. I was there.
So this happened when I was living in Richmond. You feel me? Like I had finally moved back down here. Shit didn't go right for me financially when I was living in the 7-5 because I wasn't doing the right things I was supposed to do. Just financially, I was spending money erratically. I wasn't saving money. I wasn't paying bills when they needed to be. I wasn't handling my business as a man. And it's at this point where I can be like, yeah, I fucked up. It was just me. I contributed to my part, but we had other adults in the household doing the same thing, fucking up too. So we all
I was
collectively
fucking up
fucked.
too.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm just owning to my part. So
That's
when we moved back,
I would say me first.
You feel me? When we moved back to Richmond, me and the lady got a crib. Well, it was this her crib? This is our crib. You feel me? We had moved in together, and we had an apartment on the west side of Richmond. So at this point, I had just got a job working in Colonial Heights. I was working at a large retailer, America's largest retailer, I believe. And I was working there overnight. And I just started out making, so I forgot what I was making, but back then probably won't shit. But I was making like to pay my half of the bills. You feel me? So I would go to work at night, come home, I make it to the house about 8 o'clock. I say 8:30 the latest because where we lived at, it was a good little drive back and forth. So I'm driving to the job in the morning. At night, driving back home in the morning, dead tired. When I'm getting there, she getting ready to go to work. I'm like, okay, we barely seeing each other on this work shit, but nigga got a job. I ain't hustling no more, so be happy.
Yeah.
So, but everyone knows this relationship from start to finish was a toxic relationship, and we both were toxic individuals in a relationship. Neither one of us wanted to admit to it, but at that point, I could say we both was in love, but we were just in love and toxic to each other and toxic to ourselves at the same time. So at this point in time, we had both believed, or at least I believed, the toxicity had ceased on both ends because I was doing my thing to be faithful or whatever, and I was led to believe she was too. So this was my first whole weekend off. So Saturday I was off, Sunday I was off, but I'm never off on both days. So matter of fact, correction, I was off on a Sunday, and I wasn't normally off on Sundays. So waking up, boom, I was there last night, cool. Wake up in the morning, we in the bed, I look at her, she laid out in the bed with her phone in her hand, like she just been on the phone. I'm like, that's odd. I hadn't heard you because if you talking in the room with me, I'm waking up. You feel me? Because I sleep extra light. So we're getting to another story another week about why I sleep extra light, especially when I was sleeping around her.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get into that story. But at this point, I wake up, she sleep. I look over, I'm like, all right, that's odd. So I go in the living room, I roll up. So I'm doing my normal thing, trying to find some more TV to watch.
You're just getting home from work the night before?
No, I'm just waking up. I was off this morning. I was off that night.
And she would sleep at home with you?
Yeah, sleep at home with me.
Okay.
You feel me? So we didn't do that, and nothing happened sexually between us that night before. So it was just because that was my first Sunday off, so I was tired. You feel me? I had worked that Saturday, so that Sunday morning I got off, so I was basically tired. She did whatever she did, was chilling, I guess, with her friends or whatever. We didn't really spend too much time in the daytime. She came on that night, that Sunday. went to sleep, woke up, woke up that Sunday. That Sunday we woke up. So I'm looking at the phone. I don't make no attention, pay no attention to it. So I go into the other room, like I said, roll up, watch them on TV. But the whole time I'm sitting there like, it's why was your hand on the phone? Like, we were just in the bed together. Who was you talking to on the phone while you in the bed with me? Now, I'm nowhere near the age I am now. I'm a much younger man. I'm in my younger 20s. And I move like I'm a man in my younger 20s, not a man that's damn near 40 now.
Right.
So the whole time I'm like, what's in that damn phone? 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 So I'm smoking, watching TV. What's in that damn phone? She's still asleep. Like, she knocked out. Like, I got up out of bed like 2 hours ago, and you still asleep. And the whole time on my mind, I'm smoking, watching TV. But back in my mind is what's on the damn phone. So I get up, I walk in the room, and your phone being how your hand is, your phone screensaver didn't come on because your finger is still on your phone. So your phone never locked. So I'm looking at your phone, you was texting. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't know that number. I don't know that friend. Come to be a male you texting. So I'm like, okay, you texting a dude while we was in bed together and I was asleep.
Boy.
Let me see this phone. So I pull the phone out of her hand. Once again, young man's move. Nowhere near the mentality I have now, because if that was now, total different situation. But take the phone, I go into the living room, still smoking. Now I'm looking at the phone. TV's on, but I'm not watching that. I'm watching the phone.
A whole new show started.
I'm all into the phone. I'm all into the phone. So the Facebook account back then, text messages, everything. You've been sending pictures, getting pictures, doing this. So I'm hot. You feel me? I'm hot. But being I know we come from a toxic past, I'm willing to try to be at a point where we can converse on this, just be real and just be honest. And we possibly can move past it at this point. So I go back in there, put the phone right back in her hand, how it was, go back in the other room, smoking. She get up. Now, I can't control emotions like I can now as an adult man. In my younger 20s, when I was still moving as a young man, a young boy. Right. So I'm trying to contain it. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong. But you could read it all over my face. One of the reasons why I have the name I had. So you can read it all over my face. So we get into it. I'm like, look, man, I already know what's up. Just be honest with me. And that's all I need. We possibly can talk about it, work it out. Just don't lie, because I already know what I know. And like I tell everybody, I'll never ask a question I don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever give you the room to lie to me. If I give you the room to lie to me, I'll never know if you're telling me the truth or not. So, never. So I asked the question: Are you messing around? Are you dealing with somebody else? You fucking with somebody else? Nah, I ain't fucking with nobody else. So I'm gonna ask you a clear question: Are you texting somebody else? Nah, I ain't texting somebody else. So you're clearly lying. So I sit back down. I ignore it. Okay, now you're trying to get on the defensive and get upset. Cool. Whatever. We get into the argument, whatever. I went through your phone, whatever. And at this point, I'm not trying to take it there because, once again, I'm trying to get past the toxicity and not trying to go there, because as people know me, I wasn't always the calm face that you know now. I was a very angry person back in my day. Once again, as a young man, not being able to control my emotions. So at this point, calm. So we begin smoking together. I pass her the L. We're smoking. Okay, we calm down. Whatever's going on is whatever going on. I can't change the past. Men always understand that. If something happened, no amount of anger you get is going to change what's already happened.
Nope.
Cool. So it's morning time. We smoking. Whatever. I'm home. We about to get it in. All right, cool. Now.
So this is all, okay. So the Sunday you got home from work or whatever, and you spent the whole day at home, she was at home all day with you?
Nah, she had went out.
Like during the daytime, though?
Yeah.
Got it. And then that's when you came back home as well, and she was already asleep, though, because she got back home before you did, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we got in the bed together and shit.
Got it. But she was sleeping
but when I woke
longer
up,
than... I got it. So basically, y'all had went out to go chill or whatever, did whatever y'all did, and then came back home and then laid down for a nap or some shit, but her nap was way longer. And then we get into this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this night, did she leave the house that night?
Oh, we're getting to the nighttime. I left that night.
Shit. You left that night. So the night that y'all argued or whatever, and then you had looked through the phone and shit, y'all had your conversation.
This was the last night I stayed in the apartment. When I get to nighttime, it was the last night I stayed in this apartment.
Gotcha.
So at this point, it's somewhere in the afternoon. We're about to get it in. We're on the couch. So of course, kissing, foreplay, whatever. Pull down the underwear, or pull down the panties, I should say. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm not saying nothing because I'm just trying to catch my mind mentally because I know what I'm seeing, but it's just like a movie. You don't think you see what you see, but you see what you see it. You feel me? I'm seeing it, but I think I'm seeing it.
Is she discharged?
So
she got like some STD or something?
So no. So I look, and it's the end of a condom, like the end that's closest to you, the closest
like
to the gap,
like the part you roll down.
Yeah, the rim part. You feel me? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I take it and pull it out the pussy. You feel me? Like I look at her, I look at it, I look at her, throw that bitch on her chest. I'm like, you know what the fuck? I got to fucking go, yo. I got to fucking go.
Holy shit.
Because not only are you fucking other niggas, you fucking these little dick niggas. And you fucking these little dick niggas that don't give a fuck about your health and safety. Because the condom came off in the pussy. Something could have happened to you. Something could have happened to you another way if he had something. Then something could have happened to me if you gave that to me. If we would have had sex.
What? Hold on.
Oh man, this is a lot. This is a
lot to unpack here. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I grabbed my shit. I got in my Chrysler LeBaron and I pulled the fuck off. And that was the last time I stepped foot in that apartment.
I got so many questions. I don't know where to start.
And that's how you create a supervillain. When you take someone who's trying
one bad day,
who's trying not to be angry, who's trying to get past all the bad bullshit, who's trying to forgive and forget, and then you top it off with that, that's how you create a supervillain.
Oh.
That's where that's where a lot of my trust issues come from. But now that I'm married and I'm with a positive, good black woman who's helped me break down my walls and get past my certain trust issues, now she can attempt to help me get past my other issues that stem from that long-standing relationship. And it's been a trying process. But thankfully, she stood by me and helped me get past that bullshit. But this was my story of the first time I was in love and when I became a supervillain.
And one bad day theory.
This is a question you can't answer. This is just maybe the ladies in the audience can write in the comments or tell me how did she not know that was there?
Yeah.
For one. And then for two, what was her reaction when you took it out and threw it on her chest? Like, I'm just like the movie of this is like.
Where'd you get that from?
No, that is not the correct response.
Where'd you get that from?
That is not the correct response.
You mean this used condom and we haven't done shit yet? Oh, no. Lord.
No, that's not the correct response to that.
Oh, shit. Shit nuggets. Oh, my God.
I'm rolling up after this.
What the whole entire fuck?
I'm rolling up after this.
Literally, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I know she didn't say that. I know.
She said what?
Yeah.
Oh man, but I know she said
what
that.
What did you say? Did you say anything, or did you just like oh my God?
I'm afraid if he did.
Yeah. Where the fuck do you thought I got it from? Out your pussy.
Yeah, that's probably what he said.
Boy, you don't know how condoms work? Obviously, the shit fell off when I was fucking, and he chose not to say nothing and kept on fucking. I'm glad I didn't follow up. Because we hadn't had sex in a few days. So how long possibly could it have been in there? Could it have been the day before? Could have been the day before that? You don't know. You feel me? So that fucks with somebody's mentality. You feel me? Like, so.
Oh, that is
So, you feel
nasty.
me?
If it had to
Please
been,
tell me it was just that day or something when she went out or something. Cause I'm like, you
Who
didn't
knows?
wash?
Who knows? You
You
feel me? Like,
didn't wash down there and
within
then be like,
them
oh, this
days,
don't feel like my normal area. What's this?
who
Because
knows?
if
You
it's
feel me?
hanging
Like,
out for you to just see it like that mean it was just like
I
like a
mean, like,
tampon string or some shit.
yeah, traumatic experience. You feel me? So, lady,
Oh,
after that
I
point, it was like
never knew
it was
that
like a
was
couple of years.
what
You feel me? Like, it was a few
finally
years
ended it.
between that relationship and me meeting the
I
woman that will
didn't know
become
a
his
damn
wife.
thing.
So, the years between there, I was a villain. You feel me? I was a horrible individual to women. You feel me? I really was. You feel me? I was taking out my pain and my anguish on any women I was encountering or having relations with, and it was what it was. I mean, it helped me become the man I am now, see my wrongs, and can be more self aware of what I was back then. But I know where those behaviors stem from now. At this point, now being my age I am now, so I mean, I look back on that as a learning experience. Um, I wish I didn't go through it.
I
Anyway,
mean
Me
that.
either.
oh man, but
Damn,
I
yo.
mean,
I
that's just
never
one
knew
of the
that's why
stories I
y'all like
have.
I never knew that was like finally what just made you say, all right, I'm gonna be done with this and stop. Like I
Yeah,
never
man, it
knew
was so
what
much,
happened.
man.
I just knew y'all ended up breaking up and you
Yeah.
were like, yeah, it's finally for good. So oh
And
shit.
it was so much, man. It was after all them years of both of us being toxic. 'Cause I mean, I knew I was doing what I was doing. Man, I wasn't ready and prepared to be in no serious long term committed relationship. We was just got together and just developed love. You feel me? And ended up falling in love during the time and the experiences we had together. Because it was a lot of good times. Don't get me wrong. It was good times, but the bad times outweighed the good. And when they topped it off with that cherry at the end, I just
Boy,
had enough. It was no more I could take. And
nasty cherry on that cream pie. Oh my
if
God.
I had chose to continue, I would only have been doing myself a great disservice and not showing myself any love. At that
I
point, I
mean that.
realized like I wasn't loving myself. I was loving her more than I was loving me, and I had to give myself
Mm-hmm.
more of what I was giving to her back to myself. You feel me? Like, and I didn't learn that right away. You feel me? I didn't. That's why I was so nasty and doing what the things I was doing with females between the time when I ended it with her and I ended up getting with my wife. And then even in the beginning with me and my wife, like it wasn't all roses and peaches. You feel me? We had
Right.
difficulty because
Well,
of
I
my
can
own.
imagine, you got some
You
baggage
know,
there
like,
after that. Yeah.
because- so I mean, at this point, where I've been with my
Ooh.
wife, we've been married going on 3 years and been together going on 10. So I mean, like I'm loving it. You feel me? Like just like McDonald's out this bitch. I'm loving it.
Right.
And,
Thank God for healthy relationships after that. That shit there, I saw it on
yeah,
the docket like the title, but I did not see story time going like that. Like that was
Yeah,
whoo,
that
that
was the
took the cake
shocker.
there, champ. Oh
The suspense.
fuck.
I don't even
and
know
my
how I
group
would
topic
respond.
and my group topic goes right along with it, like the premise of the story. And my group topic this week is integrity. You feel me? Doing the right thing regardless of who's watching. You feel me? Like just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like if you come to an agreement, regardless of business or personal, handle your end like you're
Yeah.
supposed to. Handle your end accordingly. You feel me? Like uphold. Integrity stands tall. Like at the end of the day, all you have is, like they say, all you have is your word and your balls. You feel me? Your word is your
Yeah.
integrity. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hold that. Hold to your integrity. Stand up on what you say. Your business
That's some
dealings, your
values
personal
and some
dealings.
morals.
Hold to it. You feel me? Like these young people these days that are so indignant and feel like they don't have to earn nothing. I don't know who raised you, but your integrity really ain't there because you're doing a lot of shit in the dark that you don't want nobody to see. That when shit come to light, you all out of whack. Don't know how to deal with shit because reality set
Yeah.
in. You feel me? The
Yeah.
universe brings that right back what you put into it. Please
Be who
believe
you
it.
are
You
at
feel me?
all
Like,
times for sure.
yeah,
Like
hold your integrity. You feel me? Like one of the core principles of the buddies is integrity. You feel me? Like you got to have great levels of it. Regardless of who's watching, do the right thing. Now, we've all done the wrong thing in the past, but us as grown men now, we can see our actions in the past and be like, yeah, that was stupid as shit. You feel me? It's only with the
Yeah.
growth that we've had, you feel me, mentally and physically, that we can look back on the ignorant things we used to do in the past. Because we used to do some really ignorant things in the past that
Yeah,
I can
buddy.
look back and be like,
Yeah, buddy.
wow. And side note on that, you feel me? I looked at some, it was a Facebook quote. I looked at trying to find some topics to speak of, and I saw something from a dude that we went to high school with. And remember, I really don't get down with the high school crew too much because I don't see nobody. So I mean, how can
Right.
I get down with John C? And you know, I'm a face to face type person. So on social media, I don't really get down with. But made a comment, and this guy was a knucklehead growing up. You feel me? He used to make dude. He used to him and one of his other homeboys. We can call him Blinky. Him and Blinky used to make this other guy with this long fingers. Used to drive him around everywhere. They used to call it a Barcelona or something like that. They used to make him Barcelona. Man,
Yep.
some little kid thug shit. You feel me? Like, but to see this man's post today, it showed growth in him. You feel me? As a father. You feel me? And I love that. I love to see the growth and maturation of what we used to be to seeing what we were and knowing what we are now. And now wanting our children to follow in our footsteps. You feel me? So
Yeah.
have that integrity, you feel me? Know you're doing the right thing and just continue to do it regardless of who watching. You feel me? Like, show us always instances where you can break the rules and cheat the system. Have some integrity, man. At the end of the day, you
What
live
does
with
that say
yourself.
about you? Yeah,
You feel me? You live with yourself.
that's real.
Right?
That story time, boy, that shit hit me in the chest, took my wind out. Please have integrity. Be who you are at all times. If you are cheating on somebody, just tell them. Be man or woman enough to stand on your actions. Like, if you can't stand on it, then don't do it.
If a person's letting you know, look, we possibly can work it out because I already know what's going on. I just need you to tell me so I know I ain't crazy about what I'm reading. You feel me? Like,
give me the option also to just make a decision.
And we
like
can work whatever out. Because at that point, the love was so great going to the other direction. I was willing to work it out with even the information I knew. But when you have that final straw, it's like, shit.
That's a hell of a final straw.
You did more than broke the camel back, man. You snapped the camel in half. So I got to pick up the pieces and move on. So, I mean, I ain't want to move back to the people's crib, but I did what I did and had to get myself back on my feet to do my thing as a man at that point.
Right.
And learn hard life lessons as far as this is these signs, see this, do this. So now that I have a son, I can educate my son growing up. You feel me? Because, hey, so he don't have to learn them hard life lessons or them stupid ass life lessons. So I can pinpoint, hey, man, never trust a big button to smile, brother.
BBD said it. You right about that. That is. Oh man, this has been a hell of a show this evening, man. This is
I thought I'd come back with a bang.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, you came with a bang, all right.
Yeah, this is the what the fuck episode. Like, I feel like I have just my brain has just went to what the fuck so many times tonight. Like, I tell you, man, everything is not about race, sex, or gender. It is about some people just assholes. Like, shit.
Some people are just assholes.
Don't have accountability. And they like to test their celebrity. They like to test how far they can go sometimes, and don't realize that there's some limits to how far you can go sometimes. You can't just do this and everything.
Everybody got their breaking point.
It's just like you can't say fuck you to somebody and expect a hug.
That's real.
You can't.
That's real.
Tune in next week for my next story time. I'm gonna hit y'all with another banger next week. I'm gonna tell y'all why I got PTSD now. In the story of the library. Yeah, I'm
that's a story I'm actually familiar with. But damn, boy, this has been a neat. This has been an evening, guys. Shit, man. Integrity. I think that's a good common like thread of this show. It's been a what the fuck night, but a good way to just deal with all of these situations we talked about tonight is just have some integrity. Have integrity enough to stand on the fact that you have, that you might need help and go get it. Have integrity on who you are in a relationship. Have integrity on what you say and be able to stand on it. Like, have integrity, folks.
Yes.
Well, somebody that does have integrity leads me to our Black business highlight of the week. Our black business of the week is Marley's Sea Moss. Marley is a good friend of ours from way back in college, back at ODU. And he has his own sea moss business, Marley's Moss. MarleySeaMoss.com is the website. The Facebook is Marley's Moss, MARLEY''S Moss. IG at Marley's.Moss, no apostrophe. But yeah, man, if you are looking for that immune boost, especially right now with COVID and all other types of strands of just weird illnesses going around, sea moss is an excellent way. Excellent. It has all of your essential minerals that your body needs. So if you are currently on a diet that is leaving you deficient in that area, sea moss is an excellent way to supplement that and get your body what it needs. It also is an immune booster, so it literally will help you to kind of clean out a lot of your mucus and a lot of the excess buildup in your body, and will also allow you to be able to fight off infection well. Take your little sea moss, you can put it in literally anything. You can put it in your food, you can put it in a drink, make a smoothie with it. You can, whatever your favorite meal or whatever it is, you can throw it in there and take it on in, or you can actually eat it just straight raw as it comes. But it is definitely a good look. His prices are very, very reasonable. Sea moss can be very expensive out here, and he has gotten the prices down to a very, very good like it's financially good, and it's just gonna make you a healthier person, man. Support black businesses. The brother is doing his thing with this, and he's out here, trying to make sure we stay healthy. So please, please, please go check out Marley's Sea Moss. Marley'sMoss@gmail.com if you want to email. MarleySeaMoss.com if you want the website. Facebook, Marley''S Moss. IG, Marley's.Moss. Go check them out. Go get you some sea moss. Get your body right. Get your health right. And man, let's keep on doing what we got to do to live longer, man, and support black businesses as well so that they can thrive and live longer. So Marley's Moss, our black business highlight of the week. What y'all got, guys?
Sea moss does work, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was saying the sea moss does work, man, because I actually tried it out or whatever, and I did see like a difference as far as like energy and being able to go over stuff. Like I felt like I literally felt like I was about to get something, and just because I was actually doing it, it like went away pretty much.
I'm telling you, man. Like that sea moss, the minerals, man, they activate the vitamins and like are catalysts in a lot of the chemical processes our body needs to go through. So like a good one-stop shop, especially if you don't eat right yet and you're still working on, getting your bad eating habits out of the way. It's a good way to kind of, supplement your daily diet while also, getting the immune boosting effects and just, being able to cleanse your body of a lot of that excess mucus buildup. So Marley's Sea Moss, go check them out. Y'all got anything else for the people before we roll? Oh, yes, they got gummies.
I'm good for this week, brother. We got new stuff coming out on Partners Closet. That's right. I say Partners Closet. I'm going to hit you one more time. I say Partners Closet. Come on, we got new stuff coming out next week on Partners Closet. Check us out. Partners Closet.
Man. Check us out. Check us out. Stores are on the website. Go check them out and, get you some merch, man. Like I say all the time, man, it's constantly updating. You're constantly getting new looks, new colorways, new products. So go check it out, man. We got stuff for the small to the big.
We're also about to expand. We're looking at bringing Partners Closet to another database, another platform. So that should be coming in the next month or so, probably a few weeks. With Facing Company, we are branching out as far as management. We have another company taking over Facing Company, but Facing Company will still be operated by one and only Face. So we just have somebody taking over the day-to-day so I can focus in on more of the Partners business and the Partners Closet business as need be. So we're going to see some good things coming from both, but I'll be more hands-on with the Partners Closet. So once again, Partners Closet next week, y'all. Partners Closet.
Support black business, man. Like, hey, we are black. The companies are black owned. The stores are black owned. It's a black man designing all this stuff. Like, support, man.
My mama's black too.
You need to buy clothes, mugs. You need to buy phone cases. You need to buy hoodies. You need to buy all of these things anyway. Why not buy them from a black business? So support our movement. And if you're down with the Pod Squad and you're a regular listener or viewer, you know what I'm saying? It's a good way to just show off the fact that you are down with the Pod Squad. You know, we really building a good community here and, you know, support your boys, man.
Yeah, we do our thing, man.
Indeed. And if you're a Umar supporter, you already donate to a school that don't exist, why don't you go ahead and spend your money on something that will actually come to you in a very short delivery time?
Mm-hmm.
Get you some Partners merch.
You can buy some Partners merch too, even if you support Umar. You can support us too. You can support more than one person. I don't want a donation. I just want you to actually purchase something that you're going to get something back from. Don't give me nothing for nothing imaginary. Give me something for something, a product that you actually have in hand and actually put on and actually do something for you and keep you warm.
Yes.
Give you warmth and protection from the elements.
Keep you warm when you up there at the FDMG Academy and you ain't got no HVAC anyway. Now you got your Partners hoodie to keep nice and toasty.
We got t-shirts. You can go put it on, do some work in. Yeah.
Right on. As always, we got episodes, new video merch coming out this week. That is upside down, but we see what you're doing there. We see what you're doing there. But yeah, man, you know, we got literally everything. You know, you need to keep yourself COVID free. Go ahead and throw the mask on, whatever you need. We got it. We got video clips coming out this week. We got, podcast is always dropping. We got story time with Face dropping this week. So we got some stuff coming out for y'all. As always, we got our live show coming this Saturday night. We back on our regularly scheduled time, regularly scheduled station. So check us out on Facebook and YouTube for that. Check us out everywhere, man. We got content dropping. Go to buymeacoffee.com if you want to support in any financial way and you don't have the money to buy you a full merch. You can go to Buy Me a Coffee and donate as little as $1 just to support your boys and continue seeing this content. Or you can buy as much as you want. But basically, it supports us financially, and you get exclusive perks. You get to get content before other people. You get to get. Not only that, you get to get uncut content. So you get to see all of the tomfoolery and fuckery that we be having going on behind the scenes that get edited out every week. So you get to see like the full brand of us. We have a Discord as well. If you go to buymeacoffee.com, we have a Discord. So you can literally connect directly to us and interact with us outside of our show dates. And we're also, you know, depending on what level you're on, you will even get to, you know, chime in on what we talk about in the upcoming week shows. You'll get private shows that are just gated to just people who are supporters. So, you know what I mean? Support your boys if you feel like it. As always, you know, buymeacoffee.com is one place. You can also support us on Patreon. Both of them, just go to buymeacoffee.com/thepartners or patreon.com/thepartners. So, yeah, man, support your boys. Support Black business.
And you get access to videos that get kicked off of YouTube.
Yes. So
you get more access to videos that get kicked off of YouTube.
When we get copyright flagged, or, you know, when somebody, you know, decides that they don't like what we put out, you still get to see those episodes. You still get to see the full content without us having to take anything out. So I'm telling you, it's definitely a good deal for you. So support Black business, man. Pat, you got anything for him, man?
Working on a few. Sound like a cat, right?
That's what I was like. What the fuck was that?
Oh man, I'm working on a few edited, like a few just on my editing skills or whatever. I might work on the Nubsy
video. That was all Pat. Check that out, man. It's fire.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work on some of these past story times or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Like if I listen to Face story time, I'm gonna feel like I'm disrespecting them while I'm putting it up there. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared to touch that. I am. I feel like I'm gonna do something on the edit, and Face gonna just go randomly text and punch me in the face. Don't do that.
Preview that before you drop that. Yeah. Preview that before you drop that.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm gonna work on a few things, man. Put us out there with some of that, especially if we get flagged on some stuff. I'm gonna just jump on it and see if we can put it out there in an entertaining way for you.
Indeed. Oh yeah. If you like to get your roast on, laugh, and if you agree with us that Umar is never going to open a school, one of the best communities you can get into. I got two of them. Go to Smoke God, the Book of Negroes. He is funny as hell, and he has a very good platform where he lets Umar supporters even come on, and he allows them an open debate with people who are detractors. So it's a very good, unbiased show. And it kind of highlights some of the nonsensory that comes from that Umar Johnson support area. But it's a very good show. Check that out. And then also every weekend, jump in the Cookie Crush chat with us. I'll be in there roasting it up with the rest of the Cookie Crush chatters. And it's funny. It's a good little community to hang out in. So, after you leave our content, slide on over to the boys. Support. We're all about supporting Black business out here, man. That's right. And guess what? Yeah. And we all have stuff that you can actually get. All of these Black businesses that you've heard about tonight, or black content creators, whatever. If you support us, you actually get something. You get content. You get exactly whatever we say. If you support Marley CMOS, you're actually going to get CMOS.
And it'll help you.
Not the promise of it 30 years later, not somebody wearing, 13-year-old jeans, bootcut jeans, old dungarees that's sagging. You ain't got to look at nobody dirty drawers or have somebody tell you that, your child is lazy because they may not have the best grades in school. Like, you ain't got to listen to that. If you're tired of people jumping all in your videos, talking crazy shit about learning disabilities growing on trees, telling people that, what we got there? Doing telethons where they just beg you for cash apps and then they belittle your cash app if it ain't more than $1. Come on over here to the partners. We got you. Nigga. Yeah. Partners, hey, baby. Yeah. Hey. As always,
live,
man.
Baby. We live. Well, we be live.
We live every week. Come check us out.
If
y'all ready to see the fuckery?
Us, but we live.
We always come with some fuckery there. So, keep sticking with us, man. We sticking with y'all. Keep joining us in the comments, man. That's what we really want to see. Keep joining us in the comments. Keep jumping in the chats when our videos premiere. Like, we love to have the interaction with the viewers and our family, our Pod Squad members. We love to just talk and have those dialogues coming because, we're not experts on anything, but we got opinions on everything, and we want to hear yours too. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all platforms. Get the word out there, we're unbiased, man. You can come in, and if you could disagree with us, we're willing to have those conversations. Like, we just want to keep the dialogue going and get people's minds moving. So love y'all as always, man. I am 1/3 of the partners, your boy Tiz, along with the Better One.
You can go ahead, Face.
It's space and a place, just trying to stay ahead of this race, man. Peace out.
Indeed, man. And we're going to keep on winning, man. Thank y'all as always for listening and watching. And we'll see y'all Saturday for the live show, or we'll see y'all next week for the next episode. We out.